Hello, everybody, and welcome to what turns out to be another new way of losing for the Cleveland Browns. Welcome to the Moohead Radio Browns post-game show. Final score, irrelevant. Head coach loses game for team. Remember, these post-game shows are my immediate emotional reactions to what I just witnessed. And for more in-depth analytical kinds of things, come over to mooheadradio.com Monday, that's tomorrow, at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for more of an analytical discussion of what happened in the course of this football game. You know, it would be easy to sit there and say, wow, the coach did a hell of a job keeping us close in a game we probably had no business being close in. But our head coach is the Black Marty Morningweg. Don't you recognize him? We'll kick the ball in overtime because I have no faith in my offense. And you ready for this? Black Marty Morningweg fans? First down, we get 8 yards running with Crowell, but we can't give it to him again. Fuck no. All I hear from the Black Marty Morningweg week after week, the one thing about this team is run first. We got to run the football. Bullshit. Bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on Hugh Jackson. He's a fucking liar. 2nd and 2. From deep in your own territory, you throw the football. They weren't stopping our run. You keep running the ball and you tire them out. You get out from the shadows of your goalpost. You get the ball into a part of the field that's a little bit more wide open where you can try a few more things. A remedial head coach would realize that. But not Black Marty Morningweg. Fuck no. You have a third-string rookie quarterback in a game. Why run the ball? Let's just put all the weight on his shoulders. Got hit in the head 6 times in the game, and he was grabbing his leg at the end of the game. Let's put the ball in his hands. Fuck yeah. And I know, I would want to pass the ball deep in my own territory. With Pastor on the right side of the line and his 6 motherfucking penalties, yeah, you bet. Great call, Hugh. Great fucking call. That's all that's going to stand out to me. We play to win. We're going to win. We're going to go out and win. You're 0-16, Hugh. You're not going to win a single game because you didn't coach to win. You panicked. You Marty Morningwegged it. You panicked. You had an opportunity to take the ball. You didn't do it. You had the opportunity to run the ball. You didn't do it. And as usual, we bring in the wrong personnel. You know something? Don't ever waste my time with the name Cody ever again. I had to watch Cody Anderson pitch yesterday. And I had to watch Cody Kessler fuck up the first series. And now you're asking me to swallow Cody Parkey? That guy's not a professional kicker. He lined up to the left. Every ball he kicked went to the left. Now, you say, how is it possible that you wouldn't correct yourself? Did you see his face? Constipated. The guy was severely constipated when he came out onto the field. That look, that I need an enema look. Don't worry, guys. I got it. How far is this one? 46 yards. Sure hope it doesn't go left. Great, isn't it? That ball was left from the second it left his foot from 46 yards, and he kicked it from the middle of the goalpost. How does that happen? If he hooked it, I would understand. There's no hook. It's right here in front of him, and he kicked it that way. I don't know. The sigh of relief on the sidelines by the Dolphins as they realized the Browns' inexorable march to 0-16 would not end in Miami. Heavens no. How pathetic is that? Pastor, you know, if that guy still has a job after this shameful performance. Look, I know Cameron Wake can rush the quarterback. I know that. But Jesus Christ. On you can't. He was giving up sacks while he was holding. No. It was just that bad. Oh, my God. It's just nauseating. Hi to Jeff and Bama. Shoot Pastor, you bet. Guest 659. He's embarrassed to identify himself. DG, my people. Arbus, guest 481. Wable, Big Lurker UK, Mogambi. Hi in the chat room. Hi, everybody who's along the line. Here's some things that are being said in the chat room because I want to share, Nice try, Dolphins. You can't put out the Browns. Hi, Jeff and Bama. He's a black Romeo Crennel. No, it's Marty Morningweg. Sorry. Inept motherfuckers, according to DG. Yes. I guess 481 says Black Marty Morningweg. Nice. Yep, that's the truth. Kicker cost us 9 points. You betcha. He has one of those. You know what the problem is? I think he has like an ear infection in his left ear, so everything leans to the left. That's kind of. I'm sorry, Cody Parkey. He had an ear infection. Anyone remember Dave Jacobs, the kicker? Yeah, Dave. Oh, blocked again, Jacobs. Of course, I remember him. They all come through Cleveland, don't they? Big Lurker UK. That was close. We almost gave up the number 1 pick. Wable, why didn't they try and get closer? They take a knee and try from 46? Fucking idiots. Pastor should never play another down. The reason they took a knee is they had no timeouts, and they didn't want to risk a sack or a hold on Pastor. That's what it amounts to. You take a knee, you kick the 46-yard field goal, or you try to kick the 46-yard field goal. No, Greg Riccozzi can't play. He's got brain encephalopathy. And guest 659, notice how center wasn't much of a problem. There's our winner. Bing, 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 bing. Guest 659 for the win. No Cam Irving, no problems at center. Bravo. That's more insightful than anything I would have come up with. That's great. Oh, my God. That's funny. So, yeah, we've got, how many to the left, Cody Parkey stories and jokes are we going to be able to come up with, Go left, life is peaceful there. Yeah. My God. How do these people end up in Cleveland, It's no wonder this guy was sitting around and come flying in on a Friday. Did you see the long snapper, Hewlett, come up to him after he'd missed the last field goal? The look on his face was, oh, don't worry. They're not going to send you home, at least not today, probably tomorrow. Oh, God almighty. The look on Parkey's face, it never changed. Don Knotts. Andy! That look like I couldn't pull the pin out of my ass. Butt cheeks are too tight. Oh, it's just great, isn't it? Meanwhile, if you're Isaiah Crowell, it's like, hey, coach, what happened to the concept of running the football you've been talking about so much? Wow. Let's take a look at the stats. 169 yards rushing for the Browns, except when it mattered. Isn't that something? 169 yards rushing. And on a 2nd and 2, they never even tried. And they were going right through the middle. Didn't even have to go around the ends. They just went right up the gut. Miami was to be had, man. They were tired. They were tired. Their offense in their last 5 possessions hadn't given them anything. They were tired. Could have gone right at them. But that's if you want to win. If you want to get cute, because you're this cutting-edge offensive mind, that's what makes you the Black Marty Morningwag. Everything else about this game statistically was even. 430 total yards to 426. 13 drives for the Browns, 15 drives for them. 261 yards passing for us, 311 for them. Yards per play, 5.8 to 6.6. I mean, yeah. And we were dinking and dunking, sure. You bet. But still, I guess so were they. 24 of 38 for the Browns passing. 32 rushing attempts for the Cleveland Browns. 32 and 169 yards, over 5 yards per carry on a 2nd and 2. We don't even try. It's just unbelievable. Jeff and Bama says, anyone notice how once the Browns started blitzing Tannehill, he made even worse decisions? Absolutely. I never heard of the guy who came from San Francisco who stripped the ball and got the fumble that should have won the game. Number 52. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Time of possession, Cleveland, 37 to 29. How can you not run the football? They were tired. You could see it. That first run, we just pushed through them. Ugh. Why does this happen? Why do we have these guys as coaches who just, spout this shit off during the course of the week and they, run. We got to run. And then successfully running the football. Do you know that if we had run the ball more, we'd easily have had 200 yards rushing in the game? More time of possession would have won the football game. I think somebody should bronze the shoe of Cody Parkey just to remind Browns fans of what a real lousy player, what his feet look like. Oh, my God. I don't have defensive stats, but I can say this, that maybe I'll go into box score and it will have some of that information. I thought, Kessler officially 21 of 33 for 244 yards, an average of 7.4 yards, an 85.9 quarterback rating. Crowell, 15 carries for 79 yards, a 5.3 average. Duke Johnson, 10 for 69, a 6.9 average. Unbelievable. You don't run the ball. They, by the way, their starting running backs had an average of 4 yards a carry. Over the course of the game, 3.8 average yard per carry. Yet we didn't run the ball. Unreal. Terrell Pryor, great game, 8 receptions, 144 yards. What more could you ask of him? Barnish with 5 receptions, Ricardo Lewis with 3 when he's not dropping the ball. Andrew Hawkins, the little mouse who hid. Tell me now that he's better than Taylor Gabriel, please. Tell me that Andrew Hawkins has any business except that he's Hugh Jackson's pet being on this fucking team. He's worthless. He's small. Can't get anywhere. An average 7 yards for a small scat receiver. Give me a break. 5 receptions for Duke Johnson, but for only 12 yards. Wow. Looking at the tackles, Jordan Poyer, 10 solos, 13 overall. That's because they were throwing the damn ball so much. Kirksey with 9, and then Shelton with 4. Buddy Calhoun, the big touchdown interception guy, 4 tackles. Kindred, 4 tackles. He didn't stand out. Corey Lemonnier, who made the big play that should have won the game. Agba with his usual 3 tackles. Demario Davis only had 3 tackles today. Tramon Williams didn't play a lot of the second half because he just blows. Jamie Meter, the meter's not running. Jamar Taylor, 1 tackle and an interception. Yet he was celebrating on a field on a pass defense, right? He was dancing like he's the happiest guy in the world. Yeah. Who in the hell is Tracy Howard, and why is he returning kicks? I don't understand. It got so bad, they weren't even booming the ball through the end zone at the end of the game. The second half of the game. They were letting the Browns return it, knowing they couldn't even get it out to the 25. What was Taylor doing in coverage at the end? No, that wasn't Taylor. That was Poyer. I believe if you look at the highlight, Jeff, that, again, it was the same play, though, that happened in the previous week where the guy goes inside for no reason and he forgets that he's covering somebody on the outside. I'm not sure. But if somebody can take a look at that play again for me, it would really be interesting. I thought maybe it was Poyer, but Poyer's a safety. Poyer is the guy who kind of was there at the end out of bounds. Maybe it was Taylor, who again went inside, but whoever was covering that guy at the end of the game went inside for no reason and left his man go outside. It's almost as if they're staring into the backfield, and if the quarterback rolls right, they just go that direction. It's really weird. Now, I'm not sure, Jeff. You might be right. I may be crazy. Or just might be a lunatic you're looking for. Wable says Tramon Williams is another guy to cut along with, I don't even know what he's writing here. Pass out and Lefty. Oh, I guess Pastor. I don't know who Lefty is. It is hard to see who did the camera work. The guy was so wide open. There was nobody in the frame with the guy who caught the ball. So it's very difficult to even realize, to guess who in the hell was covering him. Yeah, the kicker. That's right. Let's blame everything on Cody Parkey. Oh, my God. So the people in Miami get to go home happy after that piece of shit. I love these NFL players, at the end, you're strutting around like, oh, we're so fucking bad. And it's like, yeah, you're bad, all right. If you let this Browns team be one goddamn kick away from right in front of the goalposts from winning the game, you shouldn't be very proud of yourself. That's not a real great effort at all. Stats don't tell the whole story because in the end, the guy who comes in on a plane on Friday to kick, obviously he's not going to be here on Monday. He's going to be let go. They'll just bring in another guy who will miss 3 more next week. But the point is, Pastor will be called out, but Hugh won't. Hugh will not be called out unless people watch this program, unless people flood Cleveland.com with the truth that we should have been running the football at the end of the game. That we don't realize when we have a physical advantage over a tired opponent. That's, to me, the only thing that comes. Hi, the Tom H. How you doing? It's good to see you in the chat room again. It's what strikes me over the back of the head. I can't understand why you would just walk away from such an obvious strategy, something that was clearly working, and they were tired. They came out onto the field. They got the gift of Marty Morningweg, get the ball. They failed with it. The defense comes out, gives up an 8-yard run on the first play. They look tired. They look bewildered. And then Hugh calls the plays that win the game and set up the bad field position that instantly wins the game for Miami. Most valuable player for Miami, Hugh Jackson. Jeff and Bama says, good news that Kessler isn't injured. Don't say Cody. Because if you're referring to Parkey, no, I would have loved to have seen him injured to make sure I never have to see him again. And don't say that Cody Kessler's not injured. He was examined early in the game. He was holding his head early in the game. And then he got sidelined by the official who thought that maybe a concussion protocol issue had come into play. They were working on his leg on the sideline, and after the one throw, he was rubbing his hamstring. Don't say he's not injured. I think he was. Tom H. said, I was engaged enough in this game to get out of my chair, hands on my knees, ready to jump for joy when the kick lined up, and I just stayed that way for a minute with my head down. Kind of like Terrell Pryor. Welcome to Cleveland, Terrell. You've seen that look so many times. Get me out of here. Pray to baby Jesus. Get me out of here. God, they're oh my God. They're trotting Parkey out on the field again. This game's never going to end. That look on Terrell Pryor's face like, I played every motherfucking snap, and it's still not enough. You know, it's like, what more did he have to do? He played quarterback. He played receiver, had 144 yards receiving. He was blocking downfield. He was selling popcorn, doing interviews. He ran a charity sack race at halftime. What more does he have to do? Yeah, Parkinson's disease. There you go, Amsterdam. He has Parkinson's syndrome. We'll do Donald Trump. Yeah, right. He kicks like Katharine Hepburn. No, I'm not going to love Jackson's post-game presser because I've already called him out. And the fact is, it's all bullshit. He didn't run the ball. I don't believe him anymore. It's that simple. I don't listen to what people say. I see what people do. And either you do what you say you're going to do, or you don't. And if you don't, I no longer believe you anymore. Period. Jeff asked me, do I think the Browns would have won with clipboard Jesus in the game? No. I mean, Charlie Whiteside didn't even know a play. It was kind of obvious. Did you see what happened when he started warming up? Somebody at the sideline said, put that ball down. That was the shortest warm-up I've ever seen in my life. Clipboard Jesus is brought in to hold a clipboard. Oh, my God. And he's up throwing. It's like, no. What gave you the idea without having known a single play? Oh, that's just priceless. It was almost like this. It was almost like a bee's nest, a hive of activity. As soon as he picked the ball up, it's like, somebody tell him to stop throwing the ball. It's making us look bad. We're not putting him in. He's a roster filler, damn it, so we could get rid of Hughes. I mean, really, isn't that the case? Nobody liked Hughes in the organization. He didn't try hard enough. His personal reason for being gone is probably he didn't give a fuck. They didn't like him, so they got rid of him. So they brought Clipboard Jesus on the field, and as soon as Clipboard Jesus touched the football, it was like, nah. Cody Kessler is not soon going to forget his NFL debut. I mean, you know what's going to happen? I'm going to do Cody Kessler when he is an old man with his grandkids. Here we go. This is my impression of Cody Kessler. I remember my first game way back in 2016 with the Browns. It was such a hot day in Miami. Nobody gave us a chance, and we had the ball, and I took a knee just like I was praying, which I was, as that mongoloid idiot Parkey gets out on the field. That motherfucker ruined, pardon my French little grandchildren, but that cocksucker ruined my day, my career, which never happened because of a kicker who had an ear infection and Parkinson's syndrome. It isn't fair to me.
Geez, Grandpa, we didn't realize. We just wanted you to tell us the story. I'm sorry.
Sorry? Sorry doesn't get it, you little bastard. That was my moment to shine. And that creep took it away from me. That's something he's going to live with for the rest of his life. Remember the show Password? Some future rendition of the show Password on television. And our other guest is former professional quarterback Cody Kessler. Now, are you going to give the clues or are you going to take the clues? I'm going to take the clues. All right. The clue is Parky. Oh, my God. Kessler is Jewish too? Is he? Is that true? That could be a problem. Then he should have been saying, so I remember there was this guy. I'll never forget his name. His leg was twitching. Twitching. T-V-I-T-C-I. Twitching. Everything he did went left. His dick hung to the left. I seen it in the locker room after the game. I go, what is it with you and the left? No, I'm not going to tell you about Engelbert Humperdinck and his groupie. Because Engelbert Humperdinck's groupie was my girlfriend for a while. Back off. Tom H. saying, I laughed at myself. That's a true story, by the way, and I will tell you some other time, but not now. I laughed at myself for allowing to be sucked into that game-winning field goal, Tom H. said. I stood there and laughed at myself for thinking it would go through. Meanwhile, it's early, but Wentz is carving up the Steelers down the field. Oy, such a game. Yeah, I know. Once they start hearing about Engelbert groupies, you've just blown the entire chat room. Of course, she would have blown the entire chat room too. So it's 5 o'clock. I've done everything that I was supposed to do. You know, these shows are the emotional, immediate reactions. Now, I'm going to look at the game for a second time because it's recorded. I'll look at the plays again. No, she didn't really cheat on me. Back when she was doing Engelbert, I didn't know her. But then by the time I knew her, she was still doing Engelbert. I mean, there's nothing worse than a woman who, I don't know, smells like Engelbert. It's like, why do you smell like English leather? Please release me, let me go. All right. So that's what these shows are. These shows are immediate emotional responses to these games. But tomorrow at 6 o'clock, I'll have a more in-depth look. And plus, there will be all of the, Wentz throws a touchdown, Eagles up 10-0. Yeah, and we passed on them. Unbelievable. Donald Trump. Horrific. Tomorrow I'll be back at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with another look at what happened here. And all of the pressers after the game will be out of the way, and we'll see how they don't blame Hugh and who they do blame. But if it's not Pastor, Parkey, and Hugh, but I put Hugh first because I don't expect much from Pastor and Parkey. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in to this postgame show. Unbelievable. The Browns managed to lose again, 31-24. People in Miami are happy. They got to watch the game in the shade and win in the end. See you tomorrow, 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time at mooheadradio.com. Until the next time, hasta la vista, Pastor Heads. Have a good night, everybody, and a good rest of the weekend. Bye-bye.